welcome to the CS Camp. Hey, where we do a little storytelling, mix a little poetry, and seduce your mind. Welcome back. I want to get into a little lover's lane with a piece I like to call The Prescription. I like my man like I like my steak. Black, but medium on the inside. I don't need a well-done man where I break teeth just to claw through all his layers and still never digest his personality. A man so well done, he feels there's no need for change, and yet his tone of voice is not palatable for me. And his accusations and preconceived notions make me call for the Heimlich maneuver so I can regurgitate ya. See, the man that knows his place in life knows his queen is guarded and seated at his right. The crown never leaves his head, and the throne never rejects his walk of life. What if I told you the man that loves me wakes me out my sleep because my spirit tells heads to wake up because my name sprints across his mind and his body craves to be next to mine. Yet time puts him in rewind. He sits up routing the map to execute. What if I told you the man that loves me follows my every move, that he knows my successes like the stats to Jordan and Kobe, and yet the man reads me before I can even speak. The man makes my tendons weak just by gazing at me. What if I told you the man who loves me knows how to put me in third gear, where he puts my mind in overdrive, never having to ask, what you like to eat? See, he scrolls restaurants on DoorDash, and he's tasted my palate, so he orders for me and he meets my needs. He never needed permission to touch me, because when he touched me, it felt like power lines in water, yet I never took sleep, but stood at attention when his tone got deeper. The guy who loves me knows it was never cheaper to keep her, because diamonds never lose value in dark minds. Just the presence of its value to you is revealed over time. I guess you can say when he tried to get to my diamond, he dreaded through coals because he knew its roots stretched towards the continent of Africa, and yet he still chose me. The man who loves me opened my cerebral cortex like a library and donated his intellectual capacity to its reference section, preferring that I would never leave unstimulated, because what's in reference don't ever get checked out. See, he made sure that the things he deposited in me I could use as an output that spilled out my mouth, so his inputs were always healthy. This man has alphabetized my psyche and roofied my actions. The biblical essence of this man is not to be fucked with. He's the first responder when my psychological output breaks down. Always tech support when he notices an imbalance around. He's learned to teleport his USB-C into my adapter to recharge me. He knows that to replicate his intellectual input, he must 3D print the exact components that he wants to see, so he puts in his gentlemanhood and rise in my femininity. See, the man that loves me knows that two negatives won't ever be right. So if I ask you 1 + 1, you give me 2. But if I said -2 plus -2, you swear it was 4. But the negative energy attached to it will never be positive. Yes, it's 4. But multiply in the -4, so the more I add, the less it gets, because there's no positive connected to it. See, this man knows the more he uploads into my mainframe that I would download the source code to give him what he needs. The fact that he's never deprived shows me I targeted right where I'm supposed to be. The man who knows to wrap me in his strength, make me bury his weakness in my gold mine, lock my lips so they don't broadcast when he's out of line. The man that loves me knew he wanted to solidify his commitment, so he never approached us like a game to play the field, because he knew teams don't always win. Quarterbacks don't always throw touchdowns, but interceptions, meaning he never redirected the wind and threw me to another player. This man knows penalties don't get you closer to the red zone. See, he knows false starts are like quick tempers that pushes him back 5, and pass interference always gives another brother 15 steps ahead. Because he's holding too much that I never got caught between hands that were supposed to cover. I'd be better for him not to get caught holding, even better to not target and get ejected from this game called life. The man who loves me knows to guard his peace. He knows that if home is not peaceful, then he needs to transfuse, more like transfer his peace into me to keep the peace. The man who loves me knows reciprocity lives within the agreement. He agreed to pour into me so I could reciprocate, for he knew it was better to show love than to look at me and hate. Thanks for tuning in to the CS Cafe. Did we ride your mind tonight? Did you feel good? Tune in next time because you don't wanna miss this.